Time.
She did. Look, she has the glass in her hand. She did hit her with the glass. Oh my God. Hey, what's up? It's Cecily, and this is the after show for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Today I have a special guest. I have my daughter, Sasha.
That's on her.
About 4 years ago, we...
Why?
4 years ago, we...
They can find it if they go deep enough in our video.
No, yeah, we reviewed the Housewives of Potomac, the first season, and I just watched it the other day, and it was a good take. I think we were both sick, and she had never seen the show before, but I thought you had a really good assessment.
And the real question is, where did Ray find Wanda? Like, where does she work, and are they friends? You know what I mean? Like, because
There's a backstory.
There's a backstory.
Backstory that's interesting than this story.
More interesting. Wanda has probably been a friend of the family for a very long time. I wonder what Ray's paying her with. And I've stayed in it ever since.
Now you're a fan.
And a critic of the franchise.
Pretty much. So each one teach one. There's a lot of things that happen in this episode. So we're just going to jump right into the fight. For obvious reasons, I can't replay the fight here because I don't want them to take this video down, but you'll be able to hear it in the background somewhat. Look at Robin smiling. And Karen's over it. She flipped her hair, she flipped her head again. And she grabbed her.
Yeah.
Monique grabbed her.
Definitely.
She got her, okay.
She did head 3 times.
She did, look, she has the glass in her hand. She did hit her with the glass. Oh my God. So that's why Wendy moved away, because she's got that glass in her hand.
It's survival. It's like she came after you. You can't see, like, it's literally survival. It's literally the only thing left to do. She had the glass in her hand to begin with first.
But this is the part right here. This is the pit bull moment that Monique had. She
That's
won't
what
let go.
I knew. That's what I knew.
Look at the determination in her face.
The curl of her lip.
Grown men holding you. You got Karen in her ear. Everyone's screaming, stop. And she won't let go.
And you see no wrong in what you've done. Scary. Scary.
Okay, so for weeks they teased us about this fight.
I know.
I had no clue it was this kind of a thing. I thought it was gonna be a shoving match.
It was serious. It was way more serious than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna tease us some more.
I thought it was gonna be a push, a toss of a hat, maybe the flips were the only thing. I had no clue that Candiace would be fighting for her life.
And she ran like she was in love and hip hop. That's what I think. Like, it's not the right show for that. Like, it was just completely out of character. They didn't even have the staff to back up that type of behavior.
Monique definitely gave us
love and hip hop
vibes. They sequestered her in that room. They only have one person in there. And then they let her out. And the first thing she's doing is she's booking, running. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, like, you're so caught up that you forgot your purse. That you don't know where your keys are. You know where your phone is.
In the wind.
That's just how...
In attack mode, really.
Yeah.
She was there for blood.
I really honestly feel like Monique has had it out for Candiace for a very long time. I don't think that she's ever fully forgiven her. I mean, I think that Monique has always thought, once I get the chance, I'm going to come after you. One thing I see with Monique is I feel like she's insecure. I feel like she's playing into some old wounds. She wants to belong, even though she's got all those things and more that the girls have. She still gets her feelings hurt when she's rejected. And I think she saw Candiace's, like, whatever flippant attitude about the fight, girl, whatever, by canceling on her. It was just too much for her, and she felt again rejected. And I feel like when you fight somebody, it's carnal, and you go for the thing that bothers you the most. And I think there's something about that hair. He gets to toss it and throw it.
She's tossing it at first.
You know what I'm saying? That hair flip is disrespectful.
Reaching over and touching me for any reason is just, I don't know what you thought would happen.
Exactly. Immediately, I'm thinking, if you're pulling me by my hair, because she said it was a wig, I think it's a weave.
And whatever it was.
Because it didn't come off
stayed
right away. Yeah, it's like, maybe it's sewn in.
She said it was a wig. It could be like some, not got to be like that bowl hold glue, like right there. Bowl hold. What is that? Bowl.
It's attached to her scalp somehow, some way. And I don't know if you've ever been pulled by your hair, but I have. I have been held up by my hair. No, there are no words. Yeah, it's really happened to me multiple times. Child abuse. Hey, I didn't do it to myself. When somebody is holding you up by your own hair, let alone something attached to your head, I mean, you're biting people, you're scratching people.
Yeah, fight for your life. Which is why I don't think Candiace is wrong for trying to stab her with a wine glass. I would have done the same thing with the only weapon in hand.
Right. So right now on social media, everyone's saying that Candiace provoked Monique. And Monique even said that. I think we should move into like the aftermath.
Now she's a grown woman. She got about 3 kids and a bird. And I feel like saying that Candiace provoked her is the easy way out. Candiace, everyone on the show provokes everyone. That's the point of the show. And I also think she's hiding behind like this whole like the hood in me said I had to do it or something like that, or like she's saying like the hood came out, like she said that, and she also said her mom taught her to defend herself. Like I think you're hiding behind that, where I think she just couldn't handle herself. Either she couldn't handle Candiace's mouth or she couldn't be quicker than Candiace's mouth.
I think you have a good point. When you sit there and you say, oh, that's the hood in me, like, you made me do it, you are giving up ownership and accountability. And you're a grown woman with 3 kids and a husband who is a notable figure and a person who obviously,
when you have that much money, you don't have to.
You don't have to fight. Yeah, like, and the dragging really is just a euphemism for like, you know, I'm gonna say these words that are gonna be so bad that it's gonna feel like I beat the hell out of you, but to actually have to do that and then go drive back to your palatial mansion is sad.
He was not on your side at all.
Moving right along to that. So out of the 2 husbands, Candiace's husband and Monique's husband, I'm riding with Candiace's husband. I'm actually riding with Candiace because she immediately felt remorseful and embarrassed by her actions. And then when she called her husband, I think she was honest about how she felt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she was trying to like create like a narrative. I think she was really emotional and really needed his support. And it's obvious that he supports her. And then in contrast, Monique's like, we got in a fight. And she's already defensive. And less than a sentence or 2 in, her husband's like, that's embarrassing. And I think that's just a familiar feeling he has with her, that she
happens all the time.
He's embarrassing him. And I think obviously he loves her and supportive of her overall, but I think that he is embarrassed by her actions constantly. And that is a tough position to be in with a spouse, especially when they keep going there over and over again. And he had no problem in telling her that he liked Candiace over and over, and that
probably added to the tension and fighting her.
I think so too. I think because, you know, if your man is vocal, like, you should fix that, she's cool, they probably made her a little jealous.
You know what? Fuck it.
She seemed like the type of person to be jealous of him saying, like, you know, so-and-so's nice, you should go be friends with her, and then she'd probably get mad about it. She pushes stuff to the edge. It's just not it for me.
I agree.
All right, moving right along. I feel like Robin and Giselle are visibly better friends. I feel like last season there was some sort of disconnect early on. I forget what it was, but they had a difference of opinion on something. It seemed like they were kind of cool off each other for the rest of the season. You know?
I say this season too, definitely. Someone has to be on the same page with someone.
Yeah, they remind me of what they were like in the first 2 seasons. So and I like that. You like to see real friendships. People flipping and flopping every season is just, I got trust issues because y'all used to be friends and now you're not. It's like, well, who can you trust? Like, it's too much. At first I was going to say I didn't buy I didn't buy the issues between Ray and Karen, but I've changed my mind.
They're real.
I think they're very real. Because he keeps seeing her trying to connect with him, and he seems like he's missing a connection, but then wanting a connection. But when I watched today and watched twice, I realized, like, this is a real thing. And I'm going to let you pick up on this because you have some things to say about it.
I think she needs to let it go. Just let it go. Let him go do what old men need to do.
Sleep.
He's just tired.
He wants a meal. He
just wants a home cooked meal. He may need to go in a home or something.
He wants somebody to dote on him.
He needs some special attention. And I don't think she could necessarily provide it. I think they should just be friends. I mean, like, they're obviously close. Like, I think they should just come up with, like, I don't know, some terms in their marriage where they could just be friends and then live their own romantic lives. Because they are basically roommates.
Wow.
And I don't know what she's holding on for. She's young and everything. Young looking, in shape, you know.
Feisty, full of energy. A lot of people would be excited to have someone who can get up and go and create things for themselves. When she's arranging the birthday dinner, she puts on an apron and she's getting ready for the chef to come over. And he says, oh, you know, you're going to cook whatever. And he sees the apron and he goes, oh, that looks good on you. And he smiles. And she said, don't get used to it. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they do a lot of tit for tat. And his face kind of like changed, and then she started talking about the therapist or whatever that was that she was arranging. But I feel like he's bitter, and they have those moments, and right when it mattered, he had a zinger for her too. You know, when your husband's like, oh, you got the apron on, that looks good on you, don't get used to it. You don't think that was a hot flash for him? And that was on camera.
So, like, men are allowed to, like, go out, go work, and, like, do all this stuff. Like, why is it a moment when she's, like, a businesswoman, she wants to have all this money and all this independence, and he has a problem?
Because their relationship was probably built on a different dynamic. And so if
I'm saying he's old.
Well, we're all going to get there. So if you start making your own money, you're not dependent on me, you don't dote on me, then it's like, what's my use to you?
I feel like you should be excited for me. You should be happy for me and find a way to make it work.
Yes. I mean, I definitely feel like, you know, especially in a relationship where you get with somebody who's younger, she's like way younger than him. She was probably in her early 20s when he got her. So she's had to grow up in the relationship. And now that she has some independence, she gets a chance that a lot of women may not get. To once the kids leave, now you can build your life and find your own career. And to be honest with you, men do like to feel needed. I think that's an innate feeling. And if they feel like you don't need them anymore, then, you know, the attraction may not be there. The attraction may be to another person that may need them too. Mm-hmm. He may be a man who needs to be needed by someone. But the man is actually saying too, you used to do this stuff when the kids were here and now you don't do it. Why wouldn't you do it? Mm-hmm. Why couldn't you compromise? Why can't you cook a few nights per week? Mm-hmm. Why not have a meal service and make sure he eats good? I don't have to cook for you, but if I find out what you like, chicken wings every night.
You don't need those chicken wings.
You know what I mean? Going to the counselor session, I love that woman's voice. I love it every time I hear it. I thought the session was actually pretty cool, and I felt like things were going in the right direction until Ray dropped the bomb on her.
I'm sad.
Yeah, my feelings was hurt for her. My feelings were really, really hurt for her. This is TV. Like, you could tell me you could tell me that you don't know if you love me.
Meet and talk about this stuff before? Just complete surprise. You're gonna have to warn me.
But this is my
Let
thing.
me know.
Do you really think that if Candiace and Monique got into a fight, when I go home, the first thing I'm gonna do is say, babe, guess what? I'm not going to get mic'd up, dressed, and then we're going to have this conversation. They're having these conversations 2 times. Mm-hmm. They're talking to each other, and then they're talking to their spouse in front of us. There's no way that Ray found out about that then. He found out about it last night. To your point, I feel like, yeah, they do find out about these things, or they know beforehand. But I think that they do the zingers. And I think he was like,
surprise.
Since you want to know,
I'm gonna tell you how I feel about you.
Right. And I thought she was a G the way she said it, thanking him for his honesty and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you handled that well, because That was a throw off the mic and run out the room. I would have ran down the street. I would have ran like Monique. I'm surprised she didn't haul off and hit him like Monique hit Candiace. How you gonna do me like that? You don't know? You don't know?
Had his kids and everything.
I was like, oh wow, she's really handling this like a lady. she took her shoes off. Took her shoes off, honey.
That was a graceful exit.
It was.
Handling.
It was.
Way better than I would have.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been like that. We would have been tussling and moving. We'd be moving around.
You would fight him.
We'd be moving around the room.
Because he said he didn't love.
What you mean by
It's a fight time.
Yes. Because you think about all the stuff that you put up with. I don't know if I'd actually would have hit him, but it just would have been some like real aggressive body movements. And it probably, something.
They probably went there after. Probably.
You know what I mean? When you talking and doing all
Camera's
this.
gone. She probably came down.
All up in each other's faces and stuff, and slam the door, something like that. We damn sure ain't sleeping in the same room. That's a wrap. Prenuptial, post-nuptial agreements. We saw the prenuptial stuff. The first season, that was Ashley's thing that season. So now here we are at post-nuptial stuff. And we just completely gloss over the fact that Ashley and her husband are going through this stuff. And I feel like it's kind of boring. I feel like you know what you got. Every year he gives us all a gift.
The villain. He's a villain. Every year.
It's like he's so busy he can't sit down. Like, why are you on this show if you don't know how to act? Like,
he's so bad.
And he's always crying. He never is happy. He never looks good. Their relationship never looks fun. It's always a tragedy. It's always them working through something and him being talked to like he's crazy. It's like, is he a person that's respected in his community? Like, I hope so, because I don't know how one person gets so much ridicule. Like, the black community hates this guy.
He's a villain.
Like, and he's always red in the face and hot from being talked to. Crazy, like
busy.
Just sit down. Like, if you insist on being on the show,
he's pretty old too.
These older men. What do y'all really want to do anyway? Like, what do you have planned? You got
a damn
strippers, hotels. What took place?
The story of him saying that he fell asleep, he didn't do anything with it. What is that?
Nobody believes you, bro. None of us.
What is that?
We don't believe you. Slept and cuddled with a stripper.
Okay.
You just might as well say that you did what you did. It's okay. Like, it's okay with your wife. So it's okay with everyone else. It has to be. It has to be. But, I mean, I just keep going back to that day where she was packing to go to that trip. And he was like, you gonna bring Dean, right?
He had plans.
He was like,
ain't worth a damn. It's a new baby.
You can't foil the plan. I got all this shit set up.
Bullshit. He knew then and there that he was gonna have a good weekend. Was it worth it?
I know this has happened in my lifetime where I was going out of town and the guy that I'm with has to have the most fun in 24 hours. Or I missed something. Like, even when I was with, what's his name? He was going to restaurant. I missed the dinner date. So then he lost it in the strippers and all that kind of stuff. It's like, you've only been away from me for an hour. And all of a sudden,
we watched it all from home like we do.
Yeah, he's going from restaurant to restaurant. He's drunk. They're recording him. He spent $3,000-$4,000 in one night.
True story.
True story. And it's like, and then here you are, gotta walk in the next morning, busted and disgusted. If being with me is so bad that when I leave you alone for a few minutes, you gotta go and ruin our lives.
For real.
Dude, there's a better way to get out of the relationship. You could be single. I don't want a man that I have to babysit. If I can't leave you by yourself, and if you feel like you have to take a vacation, a crazy dude vacation, like a hangover type vacation, when I'm just chilling.
It's a movie.
I mean, as far as like the post-nuptial thing, I think that definitely should negotiate that before she got back with him. I think at the dinner, when he told her what was going on, that's when you say, yeah, okay, that's cool. All right, if you want to get back with me, this is what has to happen.
She's pregnant again. I
mean, you want your kids to match, so that makes sense.
I'm gonna have different colors, different ones. They're all gonna look different.
Some people want their kids to match, so you know, you go ahead, just knock it out, get your divorce, and
different kinds.
Live the life that you want. Like, I don't think she's gonna be there for too long. Who could possibly? Who could stand the world laughing at you in your relationship?
Apparently, Ashley can.
I mean, nobody wants to be with that guy though. Eventually you'll be tired of being with the buffoon. Mm-hmm. You do. You get tired of people laughing at you. Giselle, her dad,
get daddy off the show.
And that's a lot to ask when your parents, especially older black people, they want to tell the truth. They don't want to live a lie. And so it's like you ambush your daddy in the most respectful way possible, but it still wasn't enough. And he tried to meet her halfway with the blessing.
He did.
And that he was going to be there for the marriage. She should have just left it alone.
She kept juicing it. There was a moment where it was get him off the mic, like get him off the screen. And to his credit, he tried his best.
He did.
And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I blame y'all.
Yeah.
Because you know your daddy.
Inviting him to the opening was too much. If they would have just left him alone with, yeah, I'll be there at the wedding.
Or having him in his face.
I think he was making eye contact with that man like, you gonna sit up in here and talk to me like we good?
I mean, the kids don't really seem to be feeling it. It's like no one really seems to be feeling it.
Yeah. The girls don't feel it. They are not signed up for it at all. And I think that's like...
It's telling.
That's really telling. It's your dad. If he was my dad, would I want him to get back with my mom? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, no, I know what you're about.
I agree.
And I didn't know that there were other baby mamas and other kids, but there's a reason why that's concerning. Because if he don't know how to be monogamous and you are a pastor, I mean, it's just, you know the word, you know right from wrong, you teach people, and if you don't follow it, and there are other people who came into the world as a result, it's like, why should we trust you now? I get that. And I have a feeling that Giselle is going to be having another storyline. So,
cheater, pumpkin eater.
I think that those are the words that she's going to have to eat.
Again. Monique tweeted, she said something about like, keep on watching my journey. It takes a lot to go low and then go up or something like that. Like saying this is her low point, but she's gonna go up and watch her journey.
I think it's a cycle. I think she just cycles through.
I don't think she learned anything at all. Her reactions at every turn was she had to get popped. She was talking to me crazy. Like, what? Where did they do that at?
What? You're a grown woman with things and people and lots to lose.
And businesses.
I wouldn't.
Maybe because they're failing.
I don't know how the Not for Lazy Moms or whatever that brand is called, I don't know how that's going to attract any attention at this point.
You're not a role model.
You're not a role model. And you're trying to be, but you're not. You're not, it's
a no.
No, it's a no. And if you have any sponsorship or anything like that, again, that's a hard no too.
Does. There's just no afterthought for your future. I don't think she has. Not a good look. Very excited to see the drama play out.
Yeah, I want to see how she's going to recover. I think that we saw like a taste of like them doing an intervention.
I like how they all reacted. Except we're one with the blonde hair, the long blonde hair.
Giselle?
No, the other one. The one with the old husband. We just talked about it. Yeah, except how she reacted. I don't like her reaction. I like everyone else's. I knew Ashley would be right there. Because that's how Ashley is. I like the others' reactions. So
yeah, I think it's appropriate. I mean, they've definitely had their moments. Things have gotten tumultuous and people have gotten in each other's faces. I see people sharing the memes of like where Robin got in Ashley's face and stuff like that. And it's just different. Getting in someone's face is completely different than ripping their wig off their scalp, and being told 20, 30 times to let go and you still haven't.
Banging her head. She banged their head.
She admitted to hitting her in the head.
Like that.
Like, why? A drag is a drag. A drag is a pull and a tussle. Like, it's not. No. She said, "I'm going to kill her." She said that out loud. I think they have to put her out there and do this intervention thing for the show to move on, because they know the backlash that they get for Black women fighting. So they have to play it up. It's political.
I've been seeing online a lot of people saying how white women fight all the time, and it's like not a big thing. Like, they don't automatically go to that, but it's like Black women, when they fight, like, it's automatically like, I represent everybody and that was embarrassing, stuff like that.
I don't know what any of that means, but if you fight, you fighting having shit to do with me. I don't feel like we're not related. You're not in my tribe. Mm-hmm. I just feel like she's foolish and she fought. I feel like Black people be in their feelings too much. I'm serious.
Controversial.
It's like Black people be in their feelings too much. You just
it's a loaded statement.
It's loaded. You want people to represent you. You put too much on these people. They're not role models. None of them are. They're trying to get their money on. Trying to get checks. Anyone I'm looking up to is not on the reality show. I go to watch reality for the kicks. Not the literal kicks, but just the kick I get out of watching people make fools of themselves. If I want to see people fight, I would watch Love and Hip Hop, and I stopped watching that because
they don't even let them fight.
Yeah, but it's only 2 words in a run. Like, it's always the run that goes nowhere. I'm used to that.
Hold me back.
Yeah, I'm used to that, but I don't want to watch that. I don't want to see grown women act like that. Personally, I'm good. I'm not even making this a white and Black thing. I don't even see them in that way. I think it's okay for people to let go of the notion that one shiny Black star represents everyone. There's plenty of that to go around where we can have some fuck ups and they just be fuck ups. See, we're not the only people who watch this show, otherwise it would not be on the air. And tons of white people who watch the show, and many of them are just caught up in the storyline. They like those people as characters and they don't see them as Black people. They see them as like this girl and that girl, like their favorite girls off of New York and Dallas and all that. I don't think they see them as hood rats. I think it's okay to let that go, because you're giving people power when you say, I don't want people to see me as a hood rat. Well, you just gave them the word. Mm-hmm. People do get in fights sometimes, but you also should watch your mouth too.
That as well. I'm pretty sure Candiace won't be doing that again.
Yeah, you antagonize people.
You found the one.
There's always one that will. They'll sit here and take an invitation. What she say? She was saying over and over, like, drag me, drag me.
You're gonna drag me, I think.
Yeah. She was like, you want me to do it right now? Can't wait to see what happens next. Yes, there's going to be double standards because everybody don't like everybody. If I don't like you, I'm not writing for you. I like Candiace. I don't like Monique. So I'm going to play up everything that Candiace does. I'm going to diminish what Monique says because I don't like her. So for people to see her and say, well, not being fair. You're not fair in your real lives. You're not fair. No one's fair in their real lives. Social media says, Robin, you gotta own up to your shit because you did this to Ashley. You don't have to own up to your shit. You've been fighting with your mama all these years over something that you caused. Most people are half-assed in all the things that they do. Who's making you apologize to somebody for something that you did wrong? Who's making you own up to some stuff? No one. The world is full of all these good people that are just fair across the board. They don't like Monique. And they don't have to. You haven't given her a chance since you met her because she's not my kind of girl. That's it. That's it. You don't have to give her a chance. You didn't give me a chance. I don't have to. That's the world. There's a girl that wants to be your friend right now and you don't like the way she smiles. And anything else she does that you don't like, it gets on your nerves. And a girl you do like and you're like, oh, that's cute. I don't have to be friends with you. Get that in your head. People don't have to fuck with you. People can fall off you, stop talking to you, and that's it. It's not about fairness. It's not about giving people chances. If it's not a hit, it's not a hit. Wendy, all the way wrong. Wendy was all the way wrong. Wendy got points in this.
Wendy.
New girl.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all didn't give her a chance. You don't have to. She messed it up. But now Wendy's a part of the crew because she's speaking the same language.
Yeah.
And that's how you become part of the crew. Monique wasn't speaking the same language. Monique wanted to be friends. She started snarling and acting weird. The Pitbull moment when she would not let go of Candiace. I blacked out. First of all,
who are you?
Who blacks out? You
need anger management problem. She needs help. Like, she's got a lot of things that people want. She's got a lot of things going for her. Very, very blessed. Beautiful. You know, got a nice little family, nice little husband, has her way. Like, a lot of people would kill to be where she's at. And to see her squander her position and privilege for what? For a few seconds of foolishness, to me, is a thumbs down. And I get why Robin and Giselle don't fuck with her. It's shit like this. You can see this. You can see this coming at you. Mm-hmm. You have an interaction with somebody and say, you know what? I don't like you because if I push you too far, this is what I have to deal with. People don't have to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I mean, you're basically giving these people just cause for not fucking with you. Mm-hmm. I think that's all I have to say about that. Them.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me in my own house.
In your own house. But you've never sat in this corner, though, right?
I haven't had this set up.
No, this is different. So it feels like it's a studio. Anyway, we are going to come back next week. Maybe you'll join me. Maybe. Oh, she drops it every 4 years.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I have a feeling it's going to be an explosive episode. If they do the intervention thing, then you have to come back at least. Tell us what your thoughts are on that.
Agreed.
All right, we're done. Bye.